Good morning, it is Rick from Dogtooth. I thought you could follow along. A couple of things before we get into the gist, to get into the meat of the... let's just start that again. Right, now you can see behind the scenes how many times it takes me to actually do the thing that I'm supposed to be doing. Good morning, it's Rick from Dogtooth, and I thought you could follow along while I do some tasks in the studio. Mainly remove something that's in there. I will do that in a second. But I wanted to explain the noise in the background, which is the fan, because the other day I was doing something and I was trying to swap some lights over, so I switched off the electric panel, which is here, while the dishwasher was on, which is a bit of a dumb thing to do. I didn't realise. I didn't think about it. Dishwasher was in the middle of a thing. Switched it off. Didn't think about anything of it for like 3 or 4 days. The water then leaked into the bottom of the dishwasher, and just kept on tripping all the time. So yesterday, got my father around. There's a good thing you can do sometimes when you've got an old man around. Got him around. He took off all the... He was an electrician, so I'm less bothered about the electrician because he scared me to death as a child, telling me all the stories about how he nearly killed himself, etc. But he took the panels off. We found all the water. We tipped it all out. I'm drying it off. Then I thought, oh, I'll give it a go to see if it's still working. Sure enough, it didn't trip. Brilliant. Got one full cycle. Downside. We forgot to put the pipe back on, so all the wastewater just spat out all over the floor. So there you go, that's the story for today. I'll now get on to the next job. Right, I don't know if you watched my video on YouTube, but I was basically trying to improve this by putting plaster actually in the plastic mold of the thing that I made, because I felt like it wasn't quite good enough for the finish that I wanted. So I thought you could help me. Where's the ton? I thought you could help me unbox this. It's been in there a couple of days, so it's probably not quite ready. But I thought if it's out of the silicone mold, it might actually dry a bit quicker. So I'll pop it down there. Let's see what we can do. So, get it out of the carrier first. Oh, there we go. Move that. Peel the silicone mold off the top. I just used the silicone mold so that it kept the plaster inside the plastic. So this is now a full plaster. You can actually see it in the lenses. Interesting. I'll put some masking tape on. Yeah, so basically it's the plastic helmet, but I've now fully filled it with plaster because my general thought about this is, it's not a wearable, it's a piece of art, and then it's also, because it's an investment, I wanted, because really mainly because of the time that I put in it, not because this is valuable plastic, it's the time that I put into it, but to make it feel like it was an appropriate scale, I thought that making it out of plaster would be a better bet. Unfortunately, that plaster it's the silicone mold, I think, is maybe a bit thin, so it's ended up just being a bit lumpy. So now I'm thinking that if I do this, which is what I've done, I've glued these on, I've filled it with plaster. What I'll do, I think, in the coming days as it dries out, is to, although I've just taken the tape off there and it's expanded already. There you go. There's another lesson. But yeah, this now should weigh about 8 kilos, I think, rather than a full 12. But it feels solid, so I think I'm happy with that. The downside is that drawing on those when they are like weighty is going to be a problem, I think. So I wanted to test it on this one because this one was actually the mold for the silicone thing, so it was a bit dirty and stuff. So then I thought, well, I'll just use it for this purpose. But ultimately, it might be better to draw on it first, whilst it's light and I can move it around in the parts, and then put the concrete, the plaster inside of it. So anyway, there you go. Goodbye.